what happened in this big cat? Hey, we back in this thing. K too good. Sleep with a cut of El Patron. You know the big dog want a ton. We hit the top. We hit the top. We hit the top. You know what I'm saying? Hold on one second. I just tasting that shit. Sorry about that. But anyways, we here to talk about YG 400. We here to talk about YG. Jeezy Beezy. You know what I'm saying? YG. He apparently reveals that about. Sorry about that burp. I apologize. But he reveals 90% of the men he knows have experienced sexual abuse. Now we're here to talk about it. Now, YG, I understand and I feel you, bro. You came out with the song 2004. Very good song, by the way. Go listen to it. I believe a video for it recently dropped as well. But anyways, very good song. Very strong message. I like that he was vulnerable. He was doing his thing. And yeah, I appreciated the song for what it was. Probably in album mode. We're going to get another project from him. I'm not mad at it. So, boom. With that being said, right? I know you was mad that YG was trying to take your shine. Sorry, not YG. Kanye West was trying to take your shine. You dropped that shit, then Kanye come out like, bro, he was like, what's called slurping up his cousin. I know you was mad. You being vulnerable and shit, and like that was old news. Niggas like, Kanye, you was over there doing all that. Like, come on now, that was old news and shit like that. So I know you was mad. I know you was upset about that. But hey, we here to talk about it real quick. Now. Let's go and let's talk. So earlier this year, we just gonna get into it, by the way. But anyways, like, subscribe, help your boy out, help your boy grow. You know what it is. You know I'm the kid. You know I talk about it below flays. You heard me. So, was it really? It was like a month or two ago. But anyways, YG shared his sexual abuse story with the world on his Vulnerable track 2024. Sorry, 2004. Sorry. During a recent interview with ABC News, YG opened up about being sexually abused, a sexual abuse survivor, revealing that most of the men he knows have had similar experiences. See, this is the thing. A lot of the time, right? And to be fair, men could like it. Hey, baby girls playing with your pickle. Like, you could like it. You could like that scenario, that sequence. You were aroused. You was getting your shit up. Hey, that's perfectly fine. But you do got to realize there's a young man who maybe you weren't consenting. It just kind of happened and she did whatever she did. You were not consenting. You were not at the age to consent or even understand. Like, you probably knew what it was, but it's different to know what something is and experience it at the same time. It still is different. And bro, you probably didn't have the faculties to deal with that. Remember, he said like he kept his distance. The girl he was dating, I believe that was her like aunt or something. He broke up with that girl and stuff like that. Also, I do gotta look at the girl. Cause it like, listen, I understand, you know, when girls be trying this shit or they see like a high schooler and they like, oh, he look handsome for his age. He probably got all the little girls spun or whatever. Especially the teachers that smash the students make no sense to me. But hey, when you got the young teachers, bro, I could see why, like, the dudes is like, hey, miss, you look bad as hell. Now, in some of them scenarios, I will say, some of them scenarios sometimes, even though the student might not know what the fuck they're doing, they might want it too, so it gets a little mucky. I'm not going to say the adult is not at fault. They're still at fault, but, yeah, it gets a little mucky. Anyways, with that being said, right? Bro, older people, you gotta take accountability for some of the fuck shit you've passed to children. Y'all was doing some fuck shit. Even Kanye said he feels like some of the shit that happened to his cousin, some of his life trajectory, is because he was doing that with his cousin. So y'all gotta, yeah, sure, maybe you liked it in the moment. It's not okay. They're not consenting. They're not really prepared for that. You should let them come to that. Now, if this motherfucker is 25 and you like 40 something, and then you trying to come talk to that nigga, hey, that's your, at that point, bro, you've been through life, you know what it is. But like, bro, young kids, even teenagers, bro, you don't know what the fuck is going on. But anyways, let's get back into it. So, YG's first told the world he'd been abused in the song, which he released earlier this year. Nigga, it was like 2 months ago. But anyways, when I was young, I got raped by a chick that was twice my age. Picked me up from school, took me to hers, and got laid. Ever since that day, I never looked at Ish the same, he revealed. This was the first YG's family had heard of the assault. I kept it inside, he admitted. My family, first time hearing about that was when the record came out. 90% of people I played it for, the men, the males, they all got similar stories. YG continued. That was the conversation everybody was having. It was like, yeah, I was sexually abused, and it's like, yeah, but for us, we men, so we ain't treated the same way, and it's factual. Like, for a guy, it's different between guys and women. Like, we will look at the motherfucker that did that to the girl, like, oh, you scum, you this and that, you that and this. But you seen there was recently a situation where a woman teacher slept with a student, and yet, yeah, he was abused, assaulted or whatever. But motherfuckers is looking at the kid like, oh, he wanted that. Look how pretty that lady is. He wanted that. He wanted to clap those cheeks. Like, I don't know what it is. We don't look at it the same. It's a funny episode of the George Lopez show. Hey, if y'all never watched that shit, hey, you know what I'm saying? But, like, there was a funny episode when everybody got rioted because they're like, wait, a sexual offender lives on the block. And everybody was up in arms. So when they went to the door and they realized it was a woman, they're like, oh, cop. All the men were like, oh, it's cop. Yeah, it's a girl. It's cop. It's cop. Oh, you straight? Like, yeah. That's how niggas will be. I don't really think I could put the clip in here, but yeah, if I somehow can, it will make it in here. I don't think that would be possible. But anyways. What was it? He added that he was compelled to open up about the abuse he experienced to encourage others to do the same. Everybody got their story, and that's why I made the record, he said. To influence people to tell their stories, especially coming from an artist, somebody like me, it's unexpected. Fair enough. YG described how his public persona can impact the way people treat him. Well, of course, motherfuckers gonna put you in a shit. Motherfuckers probably put my black ass in a box as well. But you coming out being like, man, I'm YG, I'm thugging, you know, what's bracket, homie? You know, all that type of time, you know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers will look at you a certain way. You know what I'm saying? Sadly. Your persona, your perception is the thing. That's why I don't like social media. Well, not that I don't like social media, but I don't post everything. Well, in this version, yes, I talk about a lot of shit. But in like Instagram with the pictures, I don't post everything I be up to or show stories of everything I be up to, because it's like, y'all niggas don't need to see me on a 24-hour basis. No, y'all just see some shit I want to throw up there. I can't put up everything. Y'all don't get the chance to know me like that. Now, if you know me in real life, then you know my spirit. You know majority. You know what I'm saying? And even then, you ain't gonna know everything. But anyways, people put me in a box, he explained. They know us as gang members and we from the streets and all this. You feel me? So they look at us like, oh, we gang members, we animals, we not human. You know what we saying. But it's like, bro, I'm human. I go through real life stuff outside of the street stuff. Fair. I'm not mad at this, and I even said when I did an original video about that, hey, I do like this from YG, because it's a more vulnerable sound, and he's showing motherfuckers you could be vulnerable. You could tell your stories as this big, what's bracking blood from LA, to have this type of story and be a little bit more vulnerable and share some shit you went through. Like, it's very nice, and more artists will do that. This is a real song, and it stands out, especially with the persona you built. That's why it's more impactful, and it means more. And that's why I enjoyed the song. I enjoyed the song, and I wanted people to go listen to it more, because it's a very good song. That's really all I gotta say, man. Salute to YG. I ain't mad at anything. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see if more artists take his, like, what is it, like, I don't know. You know, when, like, you big up a nigga, you kind of, like, follow after his lead. You follow after his lead and do some shit like this. But anyways, with that being said, you already know what it is. Friendly Neighborhood K.A. signing off for today. Black TJ there while they're doing this thing. My name ring bells like Quasimodo. Hit like, subscribe. You trying to hit a little bit more to hear me, and I'm gone. Shalom, peace, y'all, gang. Aye.